This here says if the Glazers stay, we ain't winning anything. So no trophies as long as they are here. The manager will come in and go, and nothing will change. I think we can win trophies. This year proves we can win trophies, Nabil. In terms of winning the Premier League, going to be very, very difficult. Winning the Champions League will be hard because they tend not to see
progress. You just got to go away from Purple Patch Rashford, Luke Shaw, and all the other players that have let you down consistently over the years.
But you've also just said, Lee, you said earlier on in the show that the Glazers keep those players to cost cut. So if they're the ones keeping them,
so the manager should call it out. We're not going to go back down this route, Terry. The manager should be called out because, like I just said, there's a player at least that's called out the ownership.
Yeah, okay. They call him out and get sacked like Ralph. Yeah. How does that fix the problem?
It fixes the problem because if Ten Hag, after Ragnick's already called out the football club and then lost his job, if Ten Hag now calls out the football club, all of a sudden more fans might get on board and actually empty out the stadium. And once the stadium's emptied out, the selling rate.
And what would that lead to? And what would that lead to?
That'll lead to your fans actually getting a backbone and actually holding the club accountable instead of gassing up Rashford and rejecting Neymar. The amount of your fans that don't want Neymar is insane, by the way.
I don't want Neymar either.
Why?
Why should
be your best player by a country mile?
You tell me why we should sign Neymar. Why should Man United sign Neymar?
Why should you sign Neymar? Are you actually asking me this question?
Yeah, why should Man United sign Neymar?
He would be your best player by a country mile, mate. Yeah, you got Jadon Sancho, who turns up into the league for 72 million quid. Yeah, gassed up into oblivion by your fans. Yeah, and then disappears for 3 months on a sabbatical because he needs to get his mental strength back. Yeah, and come back fighting fit. Yeah, come back fighting fit and done nothing. You've got Anthony on the other side, who, mate, don't even get me started on him. He is trash. Yeah, 172 million on them two players. Yeah, then you've got Rashford, who scores, hasn't scored a goal. In fact, 2 goals in the last 3 months? You're telling me Neymar would go and not get in Man United's team? Are you crazy? Yeah, and the reason that so many of your fans don't want them there is because they're emotionally attached to the dross that you've already got there, like the 3 I've just mentioned. Yeah, which keeps the standards on the deck because once you get an elite level footballer at your club, like Neymar, because as much as I take the piss and say Mahrez, Neymar, all of that, Neymar is a quality footballer who has won a trophy every single season for I think the last 14 or 15 years. But you can't have that at Man United because then it means the standards are getting dragged up off the floor. The same as when Casemiro came in and dragged them up off the floor. I remember that cup final you won. As soon as the full-time whistle went, you've just won the cup and he's having a go at Bruno. Now imagine having Neymar there. Now all of a sudden the standards are being raised. You can't have that at United because, we can't compete with Man City. They're financial doping. Yeah, it's pathetic. He would walk straight into your starting 11 as your best player every week. That's it. Why would you not want him?
He would definitely be Man United's best player straight away. And based on his ability, based on his goals, based on his technique, I'd love Neymar at Man United. The reason why I don't want to sign him is because in the last 6 years, he's not started more than 22 games in a league campaign. He, on average, misses around half to 2/3 of every season with injuries. So for me, that's the reason. I love the player. I think he's a top-class player. But if he misses, let's just break it down. Literally, if he's only available every season between November and middle of February, but he misses the back end of every season and the beginning of every season with injury, the amount of money he's going to cost to buy and keep at the club, you're not getting enough bang for your buck. So for me, I'm not saying don't improve on those areas you've mentioned, but I'm stating availability is the best ability. And for someone that misses almost 2/3 of every season for the last 6 years, and he's getting older, so therefore there is a likelihood the injury situation at least maintains the same level or gets worse. I don't want to invest in a player who misses 2/3 of a season, bro.
It's not your money, so you're not investing in it.
But of course I care about it. So we had this conversation earlier. We have to pay him what he's on now, which is £900,000 a week. But he's not available.
Bad if you can get it, Sal.
I know, it's very good. Let's just say he costs 900 grand a week, which is what he's on now. If he's only available for 2/3 of the season, wouldn't that money, in your opinion, be better spent on salaries for Victor Osimhen and Harry Kane to be at your club because they play far more games? They may not be as good as him, but a player that's...
Why not buy all 3? And actually have a go? Because you're saying availability is the best ability, yeah?
Yeah.
But as far as I'm seeing, Martial's never available. He's always injured. And when he is fit, he hardly does anything. Jadon Sancho is never available. And when he is, he either don't get a game because the manager don't rate him that highly. Right. And when he does get a game, he does nothing. Right? And then you've got Anthony, who's always available. and does next to nothing. And
So,
between them three players, you've done what,
again,
222 million.
That's besides the point, though. So the point is, Martial on him gone, Sancho
And he's
on
better
him
than
gone.
all of them. So even an unfit Neymar would still put out more output than all three of them.
Yeah, okay, but that isn't what I want. I want somebody that puts out more output than them, performs better than them, but can be fit for the lion's share of your season. Because say we get rid of all those players and Neymar's in, and he does brilliantly for 4 months, and then he's out injured for the rest of the season.
So buy Osimhen and Kane as well then.
Hang on, okay. I don't think it's plausible, even with new owners, to sign all three of those players in one window. Now, so for me, what you have to do is process of elimination. You go, right, Neymar's the best of those three, but he misses 2/3 of the season, which means somebody slightly worse than him over a course of a season being available for the majority of it is going to be a better signing for you. Not a better player, but a better signing. I don't think, listen, he's a quality player, but a man who is not, listen, on average, he starts 16 games a season. It's not good enough, Lee. That's too bad an injury record. You can't.
How many goals does he score, Tel?
On average,
well, I'm looking now. This season, he's played 20 games, 13 goals, 11 assists.
Yep.
Last season, 22 games, 13 goals, 6 assists.
Mm-hmm.
Season before, 18 games, 9 goals, 5 assists. That was his. No, the next season, he played 15 games. That was his lowest. He scored 13 goals, 6 assists that season.
Yeah.
Season before, 17 games, 15 goals, 7 assists. And his first season, 20 games, 19 goals, 13 assists. Yeah. His outputs there or thereabouts the same.
Brilliant.
The same as Rashford's in half the games.
I agree.
Rashford as well.
Again, but I'm not saying don't improve. You're missing my point. I'm not saying don't improve on Rashford. He scores lots of goals when he's playing, but in the 4 or 5 months he misses.
But that's just league games, by the way.
Yeah, overall competitions, he's averaged 16 goals per season in the last 3 years, right? All comps. My question is this: the 3 or 4 months he's missing, can he score in games that he doesn't play in?
Well, no, of course he can't. But he'll raise the standards of your football club. He'll get the players he's playing with will get better because they're now playing with Casemiro and Neymar.
But they're not playing with him. If he misses 4 or 5 months of the season, he won't even be in England.
Terry, the guy's played nearly 30 games this season. Like,
what's that got to do with anything? He misses.
How many has Martial or Sancho played this season? They've probably even totaled the same amount of games. So why are they both there and you don't want him?
But I want them gone as well, Lee.
Does he want Sancho gone as well?
Yes, he's not good enough.
Wow. Okay, fair enough.
No, so I'm not disagreeing with who we should sell. I would love if Neymar was fit and available for 80-90% of the season. I'd be all over this. But we can't have a man. I can't believe you're advocating for signing a man who, on average, misses 4 to 5 months of every season.
Well, we signed a player that's had more days out injured than anyone in our squad. Zinchenko.
What's that got to do with me, though? Not wanting Neymar.
And how many injuries he had this season? Only a couple of little nuts. So just because he's getting injured in France doesn't mean he's getting injured in England. Who's to say he's going to come to Man United and get injured every week? You don't know that, do you? So you're now going based off of what previously happened. So this is Neymar. Hang on a minute.
But I'm not meant to judge a player based on their history.
I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is you're basically saying that you don't want him because he's injured every week. Yeah, in the Uber Eats League or whatever, yeah, or he misses half a season or a third of the season or 2/3, whatever, yeah. But then that's like saying, oh yeah, but that so he's going to be injured every week based off of what you're saying. That's like saying, yeah, that Arsenal's young players are only going to get better together. It makes no sense. Who says he's going to be injured when he comes to England?
Again, so if we're going to remove his injury record in France, can we remove all his goals and his assist performances?
What are you chatting about?
So if we can't look at his injury record in France, can we remove his goals and his performances from France?
Terry, he's got a better output than pretty much every single one of your players, and he plays half the games.
That is, I didn't deny that. I'm saying that isn't the
reason. You don't want that in your football club.
So your state, no, I don't. I didn't say I didn't want his goals and his ability. I literally said that element of him I love, but I don't think we should be investing so much money in a player that will miss half our season every year. Why would you do that?
No, but you're suggesting he'll miss half the season based off of what you've seen. Cool, I get that.
But you're saying he's going to score an assist based on what you've seen. So why can't I do that?
Well, you can, but at the end of the day, you're rejecting Neymar based off of injury. Yeah, when you've
yes.
I'm baffed. I'm baffled.
I think it would be. Because this is what will happen.
You're saying that you can't compete, but then you're being offered Neymar, and you're saying no. It makes sense to me.
But, so you don't think him missing half the season would be a problem if he's not available to play for us? Who's going to win? If he comes in to win us the games, to make us champions, but he misses half the season, who's going to win the games for us?
Well, you could get Anthony up a level if he watches Neymar and watches how to dribble
again,
properly.
that logic don't work in this debate because you said he ain't good enough. If we sell all those players that are rubbish and we bring in Neymar to replace him, but he's not available because he's injured, who delivers if he's not available?
Harry Kane.
Do you think so? Harry Kane as well?
Go and get Kane and Neymar, and you're instantly miles better. You've got Casemiro in midfield. You're instantly miles better. You said to me earlier, you don't think you can compete with Man City for another couple of years until Ten Hag, but then you're being offered Neymar, and you're saying no. That's why you can't compete.
No.
Because you're being offered elite level footballers, and you don't want them.
Lee, but again, no one's denied that he's an elite level footballer. But when he misses, like Haaland right now, would you say Haaland's helped deliver the league title for City?
Of course he has. He scored 30-odd goals.
Yeah, no, exactly.
But with or without him, they've still won the league.
But if he missed half this season, they may not have won it.
Well, they won it without a striker for 2 years. What are you talking about?
So then why'd they buy him?
Why are they buying him? Because they want to win the Champions League, and they haven't won the Champions League for the last 2 years without a striker.
Okay, so if he missed half this season and wasn't available now because he was out injured, would they be? Do you think they'd be in the Champions League final?
Who knows? We don't know, do we? But at the end of the day,
my point is
he doesn't finish 90 minutes of every single game. Sometimes don't even start the game.
He gets taken off. He started a lot.
Why did he get taken off? To preserve his energy for the Champions League.
I understand that, and I understand it. But for me, my only reason for saying no to him is because you've still not given me a logical reason why it's worth investing the money in a player that misses half the season for the last 6 years.
Because he's an elite level footballer, Terry. And there's not just because he's been injured for the half a season for the last 6 years doesn't mean for the next 6 years he's going to be injured for half a season. Look how Thomas Partey is the prime example. Thomas Partey was barely ever injured. I don't think he even had an injury at Atletico. He comes to Arsenal, he's injured all the time. So we've signed a player that's never injured. Now he's always injured. Maybe it worked the other way around for you lot.
Maybe. I doubt it.
Yeah, if you're being offered Neymar, he is one of the best footballers on the planet, and you're saying no to that, I'm sorry, mate, that's baffling. You've got Casemiro, one of the best CMs in the world. Mm-hmm. Yeah, now you're being offered Neymar, and you're saying no to that. It's almost like you don't want Man United to get better. Because if you put Neymar in your squad, you're instantly better. Whether he plays all the season, after season, or 10 games a season, you are instantly better because Neymar is in the training ground. Neymar's around the place, even if he's got a little knock, he's on crutches, whatever it may be. Yeah, it's Neymar. Everyone's looking up to Neymar instantly. Same with Casemiro. Instantly, you're going to get better. Yeah, I genuinely do not understand any Man United fan that don't want Neymar.
Because I don't think he'll play, because he'll miss half the games, and therefore the brilliant impact he brings to us will only be available half the time. So I want us to invest in other world-class players who have better availability.
So who do you want to buy? Who would you rather in that position over Neymar? Who would you take?
Well, Harry Kane's a player that I want us to go and sign sort of in an attacking point, from an attacking point of view. I think he's absolutely brilliant. In terms of the inside forward, that's not really a position that I've looked at. I look at Rafinha could be an option for us on that right-hand side. I like him. I think he's a very, very talented player. Again, is he as good as Neymar? No, he isn't. But he has more availability, and I think he was brilliant in the Premier League before he left. I don't know how available he is. That right-hand side is definitely an area that needs to be focused upon. I'm not like a lot of these United fans who are saying, right, let's just give Ahmad a try. Ahmad should be given a go, but he shouldn't be the mainstay individual. So for me, there are lots of players. I think we should be looking at Victor Osimhen as an option and as a player, great availability, great goals.
None of these play left forward.
Right? But that isn't an area that I think Man United needs to overly improve in.
So you don't think you need improving on the left forward position?
So I look at it this way. When I look at left forwards in the world...
Did you just say that?
No, I don't think we do need to. No, we don't. Manchester.
So you would rather keep Rashford on left wing?
Yes.
Than have Neymar? And you think I'm deluded with some of my takes?
But what you're doing, Lee, is you're turning it into, you're saying Neymar, Rashford's better than Neymar. No, I didn't say that.
I didn't say that. You thought that.
I would, but I've given you my reason, because he won't be available for half the season.
Well, neither's Rashford, and even when he is. No, what I'm saying about, he's fit all the time, but he disappears for 90% of the season and scores in bunches.
No, he doesn't. That's nonsense.
How many actual games has he scored in this season?
I don't know. I'm counted. A lot.
He's only scored 2 goals in the last 3 months, mate.
But he's also been injured for like 2/3 of that.
Oh, so he's injured as well. Well, there we go.
But you can't moan about injuries. But Rashford doesn't get the injuries at the same level as him. Like, for me,
you would rather keep Rashford on the left wing than have Neymar. Wow. KJ, clip that. That needs to go on the clip channel.
But the way you're doing it though is you're leaving out my context. So but I can't keep saying it because of the availability. Yes, not on playing ability. Of course, he's far superior to Rashford, but he's not going to be available. So why would you do it?
So just keep Rashford and keep going round and round in circles, then, mate. That's up to you. It's your
Very
club.
just shut himself. But I don't. You're not listening. You're not listening. A lot of Neymar fanboys out there. Of course, he's better than Rashford, but he's
I'm
not
not even a Neymar fanboy. You should be taking him in an heartbeat, mate.
No, never. Not with his injury record.
Wow.
I don't want to sign any injury-prone players. Why would you?
Wow. Okay.
No one ever wants to. But suddenly with Neymar, it's okay. And I know Rashford's had injuries, but Rashford hasn't only started on average 16 games for the last 6 years in the league. Like, they're not comparable, my friend. They're just not. I would love a fit Neymar at Man United, but he's not fit. So I don't understand. No one yet has given me a reason why you'd sign an injury-prone player. No one. Tell me why, people.
Well, because if I'm just looking at Rashford's output for the last, since he broke into the team, Neymar batters him every season.
Because Neymar
he's playing literally half the game. So what you're saying to me there, Terry, is he's not available because he's always injured. And he only plays on average 16 games a season. But his output in terms of goals is better than when Rashford's playing 37 games or 31 games or 33 games or 35 games. So what's Rashford doing when he's on the pitch then? Yeah, wouldn't it be nice to have both? Yeah, because then what you could do is you could have Neymar sat on the bench, which instantly raises the standards for Rashford. Or you could have Neymar starting in games and then Rashford coming on for half an hour, 20 minutes at the end. Wouldn't you rather have both?
I would love to have both. But again, you have not listened. Again, no, it's not there we go. You didn't listen to what I said. I would love, if we could go out this summer and get Harry Kane and Neymar and the midfielder we need. And we had the money to go and get all of them, and great. Extra player. But we are not going to have the money to buy all of them. So what I would rather do is keep Rashford and Garnacho on the left, invest in a number 9. Let me finish. And a number 9 who is available for the majority of the season that's going to score a colossal amount of goals, like a Harry Kane, like a Victor Osimhen. Spend that money on another world-class midfield player and go and buy a goalkeeper that we need with that money. We throw it into Neymar. Yes, he's going to bring us a lot of goals. And yes, he's going to make us better in the attack. But it means we miss out on a striker, we miss out on a new goalkeeper, and then overall the team won't improve as much.
Can Neymar not play up front then?
What, as a striker, number 9? So again, so he plays as the number 9, and then who replaces him when he gets injured?
Well, I don't know. Man City found a way to win a title twice without a striker.
This is what you're not listening to. You're honestly ignoring my logic, and I want to move on from it. But like I can't believe how many times you're missing.
City won a title twice in a row with no striker, mate. So find a way. Maybe play Bruno as a false 9.
Maybe, but so you're saying you're still not listening to my point of view. Maybe we can do that. I would love Neymar at this club, but not if he's going to be the main linchpin of our attack, the main goal scorer, and he misses half the season, because you're not going to get those goals that you need in that title running. You need someone that can I don't think anyone's going to be able to score more goals than Haaland, but you need somebody to come in and who can compete.
You think keeping Rashford and Garnacho on the left is a better option than signing Neymar and putting him on the left?
Because it will mean we'll miss out on other positions that also need to be improved. So I'd rather put the money into Victor Osimhen than Neymar. So what you're doing is you're saying you'd rather Rashford over Neymar. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I'd rather the money go on Victor Osimhen or Harry Kane.
Get rid of Sancho. You get what, 50 mil for him?
But
get rid of Anthony.
Lee. I don't want to dwell on this any longer. You're not listening. I'm not saying I want Neymar over Rashford. I'm saying I'd rather invest the money in Osimhen or Kane.
Well, yeah, cool.
There we go.
Cool. Mahrez, by the way, has got a better GA this season than Osimhen.
Who? I didn't hear you. What did you say? Who?
Mahrez. Somebody texted me. I don't know if it's true. Somebody texted me earlier and said Mahrez has got more GA this season than fucking Osimhen. Yeah, I don't know if I ain't even checked it. Maybe he's blagging. Yeah, but if that's true, yeah, that's insane, because that guy's massively overhyped, by the way, that Osimhen.
Victor Osimhen.
He is mad overrated, mate. Yeah, but you'd rather him or Kane over Neymar. Why not get them all? I don't get it. It's
we
crazy.
haven't got the money
to
get them all. You think we've got £300 million for 3 new strikers? What are you talking about, Lee?
Well, get the owners to put your £1 billion back in and you'll be fine.
Oh, shut up. Talking nonsense. Talking dross. Let's go through some more.